all the abiotic stresses, all the things which we can't control or couldn't control, have been totally neglected by all companies. Too much rain, too little rain, the result of a herbicide or the result of a pesticide application. What does it do to the plant itself? How does it stunt the plant? How does the plant recover from that? And these are all the things, the areas where Nutriag as a company has focused and spent lots and lots of time and resources and energy to try and develop solutions.
The key is to not only have the technology in the product that's going to actually work, but be able to explain why it works, because that means that you can explain when it's going to work.
Foliar feeding is spraying the above ground parts of a plant with the objective to aid the plant at certain stages.
The ability to help a plant through a stressful situation is one of the pillars of foliar feeding.
Experiments are run throughout the year on various formulations of ours, on new ideas of ours, and we compare the uptake of the nutrient and the translocation within the plant to various parts of the growing tip and other parts of the plant to see that the nutrient is moving and that there is a response.
On top of that, Nutriag works with a lot of different technologies that are close to but separate from the basic macro and micronutrients, and we use those to really push abiotic and biotic stress relief.
The knowledge of the people who work in the lab, the chemists themselves, it needs to be supported or expanded by the people who are in the field and have the knowledge of the plant growth or physiology of the plants. So different people have to interact with each other in order for us to produce a product.
Looking at the farm from a distance, you can see what's going on, what's wrong. Well, they'll usually come with a problem. Hey, I've had root issues, or I'm not getting a good enough yield, my crops aren't green enough, my shelf life is poor, my storage life is poor. When you find that out, then you'll start telling them, let's get a complete soil test. Let's see what the problem is with the soil. Is this a consistent problem every year, or is it dependent on certain weather conditions? We find that out. Sometimes it's the variety selection, wrong variety selection. Sometimes it could be poor drainage in the field. Sometimes it's areas in the field where the nutrition isn't proper, so we go in and sample the poor areas versus the good and see what the problem is.
Chemists don't always have the knowledge of that, and that's why interaction between the chemist and the plant physiologist or field trial specialists or agronomists is very important.
If you don't understand the true science behind what you're selling, you can't give recommendations that are accurate and that are going to work in every situation. So, our recommendation on a product will change based on the environment, the location, the crop, and unless we truly know the science behind our products, we're not able to do that accurately.
One day at a farmer's, I gave him some Trufos Platinum. We sprayed part of the field. We have a check. We did it in 2 fields. And that day it went up to 32 degrees. Flowers were born. Where we sprayed, we got a 9.6 and a 10.4 bushel response increase. Best yield you had in a long time?
Yeah.
Best yield you ever had?
I think it's going to average probably close to 50 boxes a acre, which is not bad at all.
Yeah.
40 is real good, so 50 is a hell of a lot better.
Each person here has their own strength, and it's a combination of all this expertise that we believe gives us a good all-rounded strength.
Quality. I don't want to hear customer complaints. I want to know that everything that leaves the building is going to go out. The customer's going to be happy with how it works.
I still think first and foremost it's quality being something that is in the jug that we're selling to the grower. And so the quality is really twofold in my mind. It's the actual physical product, and that the quality is there so that we can reproduce that quality every batch. There's not a problem with stability, but quality also entails the actual ability for that product to work.
This is the end result of spending time. When you're working with certain growers and they're seeing the yields and they're getting the big yields, other farmers are saying, how's he getting the big yields and I'm not? And then they'll start asking, or the grower will just outrightly say, hey, there's people advising us and helping us and we're getting bigger yields because of their advice. And it's usually word of mouth.
The idea of what we're trying to do is to work with the agriculture community as a whole, which is trying to increase food production and to help them along by providing what they need to be able to hit those yields. So we're providing the quality and the yield benefits with nutrition, whether it's foliar, whether it's a ground application, whether it's a seed treatment.
Here at Nutriag, we're interested in applied science, applying this research for improving crops, for improving the knowledge needed for the farming world, and that the knowledge has to find a way to be practical and will make a difference to helping and supplying quality food to sustain our ever increasing world population.